All right.
Okay.
Progress.
Well, we finally have John Kimler on with us from Let's Play 162 exclamation point. So this is the first time we've had
I,
John
I'm I'm
on
gonna
since.
I, I'm gonna need 262 to get it back into it this year.
Yeah, disappointing year, kind of, right? Weren't you picked? Were you the kiss of death?
I don't think I was this year. I was a couple years, not this year.
Okay, you're in the top four, though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I made some bad decisions. I stuck with I had to sit protecting my roster. I was forced to do some trades and I kept Spencer Arrighetti instead of
Christopher Sanchez.
yes, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And there was a whole roll call of players like that in a binary situation I chose the wrong one. So there you go.
If Satch
Yes,
wins,
man.
it'll be probably because of that trade.
Like I chose to
You know?
pitch Michael King today, and he just wiped out everything that Kate Horton did.
Oh, you have Michael
Did
King?
you see
Yeah.
Did you see that on Cade Horton? He's 8-1 out of his last 11 games, only
He's
six
11 and
runs allowed.
he's 11-4 with a 2.66 ERA. He might be rookie of the year.
Yeah, he's in the running.
He's only allowed 6 earned runs in his last 9 starts. He's like the first
The other
one.
thing, he's been on a really short pitch count, and he's doing what he's doing on a really short pitch count, which is basically dominating.
Yeah, no, he's 8-1 last 9 starts.
I mean,
Yeah.
who would be his
That means he's going.
competition in the
That
National
means he's
League?
going at least 5 innings all these shots.
Who would be his competition in the National League as far as rookie of the year goes?
Michael Bush.
No, that ship sailed.
Geez,
Not even Pete Crow Armstrong, because that ship sailed too.
Yeah,
um,
they put up a stat where Michael Bush has the second most home runs in NL for NL first baseman behind Pete Alonso this year so far.
Mhm.
wow.
I know, right?
Did you hear what Cal Raleigh did today?
Two, at
Yeah,
least
number
two, I heard.
55.
He broke Mantle's record, hit number 55.
Switch as a
And then,
I thought he tied Mantle with two homers.
well, no, he tied Mantle yesterday or the day before.
Oh,
This one put him over. And then he hit another one, and now he's tied for the most in Mariners history
oh,
with Ken
that's right.
Griffey
That's right.
Jr.
With Griffey, yeah.
So he hits another one. He stands alone in Mariners lore. And if he fucking goes on a tear these last 2 weeks, he could break fucking he could get 63. This guy, when starts hitting home runs, man, he hits them in fucking bunches. And
In a
right now
in a
he's
park
starting a bunch.
in a park that's not known for home runs.
Yeah,
I have him
which
in a
just makes it astounding.
I have him in a single league roto league. I'm in ninth out of 12 in that league. I don't know where I'd be without Raleigh because I took Yordan Alvarez. I had Devers, Bregman, and Andrew Vaughn. So I had a lot of bad picks there, but Raleigh was a good one. Jeez.
Boy, I tell you what though, these top two teams right now in our league. Uh, I'm worried about Mike a little bit. I'm going to tell you why. Let me
Okay,
show you something here. Let me bring it up first.
because I think
Scuba lost today.
if Mike is up by four or more going into the last week, I think he's really looking good.
Well, here's the problem I'm seeing, and you might not be seeing the same thing I'm seeing here. But let's bring up Mike's team. Let me share the screen here. Okay, you guys got that?
Right. I don't understand.
What the hell was that?
I was trying to turn on my computer, trying to find Siri talking. Hold on.
All right, Skeens only got him 2 points in 3.2 innings today. That's
Yep.
a lost start.
I have
Okay.
Skeens in a different league, and that was disappointing.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem. Right here. He's got only 8 games left at first base. He's got only 3 games left at second, 8 at third. Earlier today, this was saying 4, 4, 4, 9, you know. Corner infield, he's right there, but he's up on, he's going to lose a lot of points. Utility +8. He's only got like 3 games left on that. Now they haven't counted today's game, so tomorrow it's going to say 2 + 8. So this is like that's when you lose a position throughout the week, that's like 60 points on a good like week, you know. Even on a slow week, it could be 30 to 20. But still, that's a whole position you're losing. So
Per
that's
week?
the problem. And when you go back
The
over
position for
here,
a week would be like more like 15 or something, right?
yeah, I'm thinking every 2 weeks or every month. I'm thinking monthly, maybe. I look at things in 2 weeks because I want to see if they're on a real like, stretch or if they're just like a flash in the pan. But if you look at, and oh, the other thing too, he's got minus 18 innings, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot because there's not a whole lot out there. Most of the shit that's out there is going to fucking hurt you, not help you. All right. So now if you go over to Paging Dr. Satchel, I mean, who's on a tear right now, he's under and he's not going to run out any position players. Even left field, he's going to be like, so what? But he's also only +9 on innings. And
Yeah.
he's got a lot of guys that are just getting like holds and this and that. And, he can pull a starter here and there, but this has got me a little like wondering, okay, is Mike going to be able to hold on to this? Because he's only what, 4 up?
I guess I should send out an email to remind everybody that I think our max is like 1831 this year. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So like
At this point,
you
it really
you
doesn't
can
matter.
go. What I'm saying, you can go six over that 1825. So like Satch has actually got, he could he has more innings to play with.
Yeah, exactly. But literally, what the fuck is out there that's worth fucking throwing in there?
No, it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I looked at that best case, worst case, and of course, Satch's best single week was 6-0 this week, and I think 6-0 this year, and Waits was like 2-4. I don't think they were ever worse than 2-4. So that's what I
Yeah,
was saying. Like, if they go in, if Satch goes in 4 games behind, he's still breathing, but three means that he's got a chance or whatever. I think four, I don't know. I guess it would. Well, if it came down to points, then that would depend. But yeah, so it's really tight. It's it'll be good. But that's interesting with the games. Like the model is supposed to take that into account, and I did segregate it now with catcher games because if I hadn't done that, then what you just said, the model would be completely off because
yeah,
all those games that he's over in positions would be balanced out by the fact that he's like minus 30 in catcher games. So
yeah.
that's why I added that just to eliminate that glaring hole in the model, whatever. But even the model says like I think it predicts that through Sunday it predicted Satch would make up 1 game. But I mean that's really nothing. I mean that's just it's saying like they're going to go like 8-4 down the stretch and they could go 12-0, so but
Right.
yeah.
Well, here's the other thing you got to think about too is like, okay, so I know his pitchers have been fucking strong all year, but everybody's prone to have a bad game. What's to say in the last 2 weeks these guys go tits up? I mean, you just saw Skeens throw a 2-point start. All right. What's to say the same thing couldn't happen to Max Fried or Nick Pavetta or some of those other guys, where they just kind of all start shitting the bed at the same time. I mean, Stranger Things, it's worth watching.
I
Just
guess
saying that, man, because this is interesting.
it can get really screwy if you've got the extremes. Like you've got teams that are definitely out of it and they don't want to tax the guy's innings, because what does it matter? But then
Uh-huh.
if you've got teams that, and this is not really come into play much this year, but if you've got teams that are way up, they might, maybe they'll have you skip a start down the stretch
Yeah.
to, get you ready for the playoffs. That's why, like, I'm always a little leery of going into that final week right at the right amount of innings because they could rest somebody, and then you're
Exactly. That's the other thing
screwed.
too.
That's why it's always better to be a little over,
Yeah.
I think, because you got something to play with. Because like especially those last 5 days, Wednesday through Sunday, those guys might not make that last start. Who knows? Like if they're gonna, maybe they don't want to start you on Friday because they want you to start on Tuesday in the playoffs or something. So it's a little scary there if you're like that close to the max. It's better to be
Right.
over and just rest a guy or something. You could actually sit a guy down if you need to.
Yeah. So
Better.
John, what do you think what do you think fucking just kicked your ass this year? Was it pitching? Was it hitting? Was it a little bit of
Well,
both?
it's a series of very poor decisions. Like I'm looking at Satch's team, and I'm looking at Emmett Sheehan, who I dropped earlier this year, who could be Rookie of the Year. Um, he could be I bet you he's in the running for National League Pitcher of the Rookie of the Year. So I dropped Emmett Sheehan. Who else is on his team? I had Christopher Sanchez. Um, yeah, I just did. Like, when it came down to two players, I mean,
Basically, you just seated paging Dr. Satchel for the most part.
not. I'm seeing a lot of my players on other people's teams too. I just happen to have his page on because that's who we're talking about.
Uh,
Um, let's see who else. Let's see here. Yeah, I just made when it came down to two players, I kept on picking the wrong one to keep. There you go.
dude, it'll happen that way, man.
Even like
This league can be very very fickle to you.
even the middle
I,
of the
and then
year
I,
though, I don't think that I mean, I'm sure you realized it before I did because you're more on top of your team than I am. But I remember thinking, I don't know, pretty far along the year, I was like expecting that you were going to be heard from. I don't know what the
I
model
was,
was saying, and then
I
just
was,
in the past few weeks, it was like, oh, I guess it's not going to happen. Like I don't know, like
yeah, no, I lost my workhorses like Corbin Burns and Spencer Schellenbach. They went on the IL, and I wasn't
Yeah.
able to replace them with anyone close to them. Tanner Beebe was a bust this year, except for the last two starts. Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, these guys just didn't. I kept on, when it came between two players, I kept on picking the wrong one again and
You
again,
put you kept putting your money on the wrong horse.
again and again and again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
So,
I have a theory, especially use a if you play basically the same way each year. So if it's evolving, this doesn't really wouldn't factor in. But
I'll tell you what else is a problem too. This is the mistake I made this year tactically, outside of just maybe bad luck and a lot of the times, I would go to the sites, whether it's go to the top experts, and whoever they had in front, that's who I'd go with, and they were as wrong as I was. Um, um, my pitching. This is what I did wrong this year. I accumulated. I had too many. I didn't have enough starters, and I was playing around with trying to get saves and holds early when the only reason to do that is at the end. So I'm like I still have like 50 innings, 50 unused, uncashed innings left on my
Yeah.
roster. That's 50 fucking innings,
yeah,
you know?
that's like 100
Yeah.
points.
Was spread across
And the
like,
problem and the problem is you can't make that up. You can't make those innings up at the end of the year because like you said, half these guys are on the IL, all the good pitchers, a lot of the good pitchers. And
yeah.
so as the good pitchers go on the IL, the ones that are left get scooped up. So when you try to squeeze out innings out of mediocre pitchers, you lose a lot of points.
You got all the cast offs that nobody else wants because they gotten burned by him too.
Right. So I'm just sitting here trying to knock some innings off it, and I'm just desperately putting pitchers in I shouldn't be using.
Be
I
right
don't
back. I'm gonna give you another drink.
I don't switch to the SPRPs until I'm a certain amount over, and I use
Yeah, I made a mistake.
on Fangraphs I use ATC's rest of the season projections for innings, and I use
Yeah.
that to gauge like where I stand because I don't want to like switch too early and then have to pick up a starting pitcher again, I did that once this
Right.
year, but that's not by design. I don't want to have to do that. Sometimes if you trade a pitcher away, I've traded a couple or three pitchers away, then it'll affect how many innings I'm going to get. Because not only are
Right.
those guys better pitchers, but they're throwing more innings too. So it can alter that. But anyways, but that's what I try to do is I use those projected innings, and then I go, okay, now I'm safely over. I'm going to switch to a reliever at starting pitcher, if there's one available.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I did, like I said, I traded away two or three, and so I did have to go back, which I don't like to do. But
And then switching back to and then I was looking at Mike's team, seeing who's on his team that's good that I dropped. I had Ryan Nelson, and I dropped him for some stupid reason. And Mike picked him up. Um, and he's had a good second half. So yeah, I just made some bad choices. So lesson hopefully learned.
I mean, I think like veterans in the league, and you're kind of a veteran now, like not to just look at what their points are, what they've accumulated points wise, what their earned runs are, because like that stuff is like it's can be screwy, right? You could have just gotten a really bad stretch with his bullpen where they just allowed all of his inherited runners to score, and that increases his earned runs, or he just got unlucky, like he pitched well, but like little dunk, a couple of blue dunk hits in an inning, and he allowed two or three runs, but we know
Well,
that's why.
here's the one I like. Here's the one I like. Somebody pitches 6 innings. They've given up 3 runs. Okay. They qualify for a quality start. They put a guy on first. They pull him out of the game. And then the guy that comes in gives up a home run. And then his quality start goes bye bye. That's
that's a,
happened to me like 3 times that I've noticed.
that's a really underrated thing that should be looked at is like what was the starting pitcher, what was his inherited runs scored percentage the previous year, like if it was like 80%, like 80% stranded, I mean, like, and it could have easily been 65% stranded, and makes a
Yeah.
big
How many
difference,
how many runs does he cost the starting pitcher?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I'm looking at the starting pitcher and then his bullpen collectively. Like, you can get screwed. Bad bullpen. It could even be an okay bullpen, and just for him it sucked. So
But here's the thing, though. That tells truly a relief pitcher, like a stopper, okay, that you can use in the middle of games. That would actually, if you had a stat like that, that would justify some relief pitchers getting paid more because if they're not giving up any of the fucking base runners getting in after they come in the game, holy shit, that's a valuable fucking asset to have on any baseball team. And that's the guy you call when you're in the worst trouble to see if he can get you out of it.
I mean, that's why
Oh yeah,
ERA for a reliever, except for maybe a closer who always starts an inning. Like closers are more likely to do that. But the other guys, middle relievers, even setup guys, if they're coming in the middle of an inning, you don't want to rate them on ERA. That's why you look at like KBB or base runners or whatever, because
Yeah,
the ERA for that
inherited
guy
base.
that's coming in with with runners on base and an out, it doesn't mean much, because those runs score and it doesn't count to his ERA at all.
Inherited base runners that score
Yeah. But it's
in that
important to
inning.
look at for a starting pitcher, because that's an element of like him getting lucky or unlucky. Besides, BABIP and all these kind of things that can be lucky, but the inherited runners that that his bullpen allowed to score. It's a big thing, and that totally is random. It changes from year to year. I mean, obviously, certain teams have good bullpens, but it changes from year to year a lot. So I don't know.
Interesting to
here's
calculate.
a,
How would you calculate
here-
that?
here's an example of what I was up against the last couple weeks rather. So I have 59 innings. I'm trying to just use up, and Zebby Matthews, he
Did you
has
have him in tonight?
potential. Yeah.
Oh my god, I had him in
Nine runs,
tonight.
9 runs in 3 innings, and they pulled him.
I'm
Negative
in,
18 points.
I'm in a mixed roto. I'm in first place, but I'm blowing
Negative
it.
negative 18
I'm
points.
blowing it, and I had Zebby in, and I half thought I was like maybe I shouldn't start him against the Yankees. And I was like, oh, the Yankees mystique. No, the Yankees are mediocre. 3 innings, 9 runs. I mean, even if it was like 3 and 4, I would have been pissed. But like 9, are you kidding me? I mean,
Michael
luckily
King
I
did it.
have McGreevy in, and he pitched a good game to sort of balance it out. But it sucks. So I did. I lost a point in ERA and WHIP. I'm in. I was in first in both those. Now I'm in second. I mean, I might blow this thing, and it'll just be all my fault.
Michael King got me 3 innings, 8 runs scored. So he was just one. It was just 1 run less than what you got, John.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah, and he wiped
negative
out.
18 points.
Horton only got 12 points, and
Right.
uh, and then I got three out of Kittredge, who came in and spelled him, and basically that wiped out all my pitching points. Is that one start
I was
fucker?
watching it was against the Mets. And I like that they left King in because how often does it work out where he's a good pitcher, he settles down, and then like he goes 4 more innings and allows maybe 1 more runs, but like he just didn't have it. He allowed like I think 4 homers in that game.
Yeah, dude. He's not right. They should not have kept pulled him off the fucking. They rushed him back too fast. I don't think he's right. I think he's hurt.
He pitched all last year as a starter and did really well, right?
Yeah, he was
It was
very good
two.
Yeah.
last year,
It was 2 seasons ago that he came up late in the year,
and he was good then
became a
too.
starter. Yeah. So I remember I was mad last year because the way I do my numbers, I only counted his as a starting pitcher. I only counted his starting pitcher stats, even though I knew overall as a reliever he was kick ass. But I didn't get him last year because I did that, so I was pissed. But there's something to be said for like not extrapolating what the guy does as a reliever to being a starter. Like it's good to have a workload behind you, that prove that the guy can throw 160, 170, 180 innings. You can do something in a short stint as a reliever, and you don't want to necessarily go like, well, then I'll multiply the innings by 3 and he'll do this. It's not a safe way to look at it. But
Yeah.
he did kick ass last year, and I was mad that I was, I questioned how I was doing things. I was like, oh man, I don't know, I'm being too conservative.
So that's man. Let's see what's going on right now. The Arizona game here.
But here's
Hey,
my.
have you guys watched? Never mind.
Go ahead.
Have you watched the Joey Cantillo kid, the Cleveland
I
pitcher?
think he's good, and I know he didn't do that well tonight, right?
No, he did fine.
Oh, okay,
He
okay,
went 5 innings, 1 earned run.
okay. I saw the homer they allowed. That was so. That's the only thing he
All right.
allowed. I thought it was weird that they didn't just invite him into that rotation before. They had
Yeah,
him in the bullpen to start the year. He made some spot starts. I think he went down to the minors.
I
And then
think
Is that
they
finally,
one of
had
yours,
him.
John?
What's that?
Is he one of yours?
Yeah, both you and Doctor dropped him.
yeah, I think
um,
he's good. I mean,
Hold on a
I think
second.
that what if I remember correctly, his deal was good stuff, terrible control, and somehow he's been able to right that ship.
I
I
just
don't
thought it
think I
was
had
weird.
Cantillo.
Let me see here.
I thought it was weird that
Uh,
they went with other
let's see.
guys instead of
My
him.
my baby's daddies.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Yeah, and Doctor
I
Satchel had him too, and
I think
Gambler's
I
Pair.
I might have picked him up and then dropped him right away.
Yeah,
And
for a spot
picked up
start.
maybe, but it might not even have been a start. I picked him up or something and realized he wasn't playing, or I don't know.
Right.
Well, yeah, his playing time was
Sometimes I do
terrible this
stupid
year.
shit
Like
when I'm stoned.
he started off in the bullpen. He made some spot
I,
starts.
I haven't.
He went down to the minors. So like he did not have a steady role the whole year until I guess recently, very recently.
I've never seen him pitch. I don't even know what he looks like. No, that's what he looks like. All right. Oh, well, that was the only bright spot. That was the only bright. Will Vest blew a save, -6. Negative 18 from Zebby Matthews.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anywho. So what else, huh?
Well, I was going to make one general point
Okay.
that if you do things basically the same way from year to year, and then some years you kick ass, and some years you have a disappointing year, I think it's because maybe it's because you are actually correct on the same amount of players every year. Let's say it's around, I don't know, 80% of the time you're correct about a player, 70, 80, 85, whatever it is. Maybe those years that you do poorly are just that you happen to get more players that you were wrong about. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like you were wrong about more players, the whole population, but like it just worked out where, or the good years, like you were right 80% of the time, but you happen to get like 28 of them on your team out of 30, and then maybe in a bad year you got 18, or like I don't know what the numbers work out, but I was thinking that like if I'm doing things mostly the same way from year to year and I have varying results, besides keeper situation or money to spend or whatever, but I think it could be due to that. Like you just lucked out. Like, man, oh man, I was so wrong about this guy, but like I didn't get him. Like Phil had him or something. Like
Well, what's frustrating for me is that there's a lot of players I was pretty sure about the last 2 years, but I couldn't keep because of expansion drafts. I'm like, I know this guy's going to be good, but
yeah.
that's going to, so I couldn't protect him. And I made and choosing which guy to protect. That's where I went wrong.
I mean, there's
Anyway,
constraints too. Like if you're all set at a position and you like, I don't know, like catchers. I always have, a couple of catchers I'm going to keep, right? So like I could love
right.
this other catcher, but I can't do it. I can't keep him. And then he has a good year, and I'm like, gosh, I guess I should have kept him instead of one of the guys I kept. But so there's those constraints too, like that he's good, but you have no realistic spot for him or something.
So where do you guys go when you want to? I mean, yeah, you don't have to give away trade secrets, but when you're trying to see who are the hot young call ups to get? Um, do you canvas a lot of sites, or do you have a go to?
I don't listen to anybody else's like opinion on it. Basically, what I do is my research. I go to like the MILB.com. I look at what their minor league stats are, what they've been doing, how old they are, for what they're doing, where they're at. So if there's some 28-year-old dude that's like planted in double A and he's hitting like 300, if he goes to triple A, he's probably hitting 240, you know. Uh,
If
who
you,
knows? But I just do a lot of research through what they're currently doing because there's too many players out there, man. I mean, you read stories about who the up and coming prospects are, but as far as like like in the middle of the season, kind of knowing who the guys are that are about to come up, it helps.
There are players that come up almost. There are players that come up all the time that nobody saw coming, and then come up and
Absolutely.
except for me, I
dominate.
always know the good. I always know the young players that are going to be good. So, but most people are surprised. Yeah, you're right.
But then
Hey,
again,
by
it
the way,
also
by the
gives
way,
So
you
wait, okay.
insight.
What rookies, what NAs on your team are you excited
I
about?
have no idea. I have no clue. I just make sure I have 10 of them, and maybe
Yeah,
I just buy
roll the
my
Uh,
dice.
lottery tickets as often
the
as
guy
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
excited about is Montez.
I don't know who
And
that is.
Lorenzo.
all right. So you look up my team here.
By the way, John, if you go on the
His name is
MILB.com, make sure you type in MILB and not MILF. Completely,
Okay,
you'll get a completely
right,
different site.
right. Well, I mean, that'd be my excuse. Well, I thought I was going to major. I thought I was looking for minor league. That even sounds scarier. I was looking for minor leaguers, and I got the MILF. What?
I'm gonna bring up Lazaro Montez on
Lazaro.
MILB
Yeah.
just so you can see him.
Pitcher for the Mariners? I don't know. I'm just taking a guess.
Shit.
But John, I definitely don't canvas the sites. I just go to Fangraphs, and that's
Yeah,
all I do. I don't like do comparative analysis or something. I used
dude,
to.
I can't tell you how wrong some of these motherfuckers are on such a consistent basis. Um, uh, um, there's some sites there that are well known and people talk about pitchers list. And you look at what his like the auto starts or the do not starts, and sometimes you could just fucking flip them.
Yeah, do the opposite.
That's what he says. You have just as much luck, man.
Well, it's like that Jim Cramer guy, the stock picker guy. I
Yes, right,
wonder how much
exactly.
money you would have made if you had like gone the opposite way.
Right.
There's no accountability.
If
He never fesses up like, oh man, I blew that one. It's on to the next day. It's like there's no.
if you fade them, there are people like that. My dad's like that. My dad will make some bold prediction, and if you fade them, you're gonna win. It doesn't matter. I see it all. It happens. It's happened so many times that it's just it's a given.
I've tried for I don't know like 10 years to take the minor league equivalencies or major league equivalencies of the minor league stats and make some sense of them. And
Yeah.
I with hitters I've been able to use them a little bit. I'm a little less conservative with hitters, but pitchers I can't find it. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and there's probably a lot of reasons for that, right? The guys are in the minors. They're not trying to put up big numbers. They're trying to like solidify their pitching mix or whatever. It's like,
They might be working on a pitch, their
yeah.
weakest pitch. Right.
So it's
Exactly.
like, in that sense, I think you have to be a scout. You can't be a numbers guy and predict who's gonna do well.
Heard. Right.
Share the
Do they
screen
have
here.
do they have stuff plus for I'm looking this up right now for minor league baseball?
They do have that now, and I think that's going to really be a game changer because that's like it's not dependent on the park or the opponent or anything. It's just your stuff and your location. I think that's a really you got to combine stuff and location though. You can't just look at stuff, right?
Um uh I would weigh stuff more than higher than location.
Yeah, for a young guy,
Because
especially because you think like they can develop that location.
right. But yeah, you see some with some crazy wicked stuff. You got to pay attention to that player.
But on Fangraphs, they have that pitching plus, which combines location plus and stuff plus. And if you're looking for a way to like not involve ballparks or league, Pacific Coast League, or you're in the Gulf Coast League, like you're comparing these guys, that pitching plus is a great way to do it. And they do have that in the minors now. I don't do that myself, but I'm just saying, like, if you're into it, that would be a great equalizer, when you're just isolating the pitcher, his stuff and his location.
So I'm looking this up right now. AAA player stats. No, these aren't AAA players.
You guys listen to
Anyway,
Rates and Barrels with Eno Saris and
yeah,
yeah, that's like the single best. Phil is the one that turned me on to that.
yeah, me too.
And a
Yeah,
lot of their stuff goes over my head. I must admit, I'm not a scout, but I figure I want to spend my time listening to people that are smarter than I am. Like I stopped listening to certain podcasts because I was like, I was, I noticed errors in what they were saying. Like
yeah,
the Rasball guy. I really think he's funny, Gray Albright, but he's not like dedicated. He's not updating his knowledge. Like he even said something. The last podcast I listened to, like a month ago, he said like, well, he's pitching in Wrigley. I don't like that park to pitch in. And I'm thinking like, what Wrigley are you talking about? Because Wrigley, the past 3, 4, 5 years, has not been a bad place to pitch at all. So he's not like updating his. He's just being lazy. So I stopped listening to
right,
him. But those
right.
guys in Rates and Barrels, do you listen to that, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Rates and Barrels is a great listen, and those guys, Those guys are real serious and they're smart, and you'll definitely learn
And
something.
it's not always the fantasy tip of it. It's about baseball too.
Yeah, I mean they're both fantasy guys, but yeah, it's a podcast that a baseball guy could listen to. Like I mean, working for a team, it's a great podcast.
All right, so he helped develop the Stuff Plus stuff, right? So if you look at
Saris,
this,
yeah.
right, so if you look at the Stuff Plus leaders, I'm going to read them from the top going down.
These
So
are
this
major
is
leaguers.
yes,
Okay.
Then this is the metrics. This is the metrics starting with at 120 Stuff Plus, which is the pitching and location. Number one is Scooble, followed by DeGrom, followed by Christopher Sanchez, followed by Skeens, Freed, Luzardo, Crochet, Wu, Webb, Valdez, Soriano, Alcant. So those are all pitchers. Those are all
Yeah.
pitchers you want on your
Those
team.
all. I was
That
going to
metric,
say, yeah. Those are
that
all
metric
pitchers that you
works.
want. Yeah.
You know.
I gotta take this dog out. I'll be right back.
He means he has to piss.
No, well, I'll probably do that on the way back, but
Right. So if you go like let's look at another metric. If you look at let's look at Sierra and see where that list takes us.
That's the best ERA estimator. I actually looked at that for myself, just like I did Sierra last year, Sierra going into last year, so 2023 Sierra, and then predicting 2024's actual ERA, and Sierra was the best.
So Sierra, it gives you a pretty similar. It's a pretty good metric too. It gives you Scooble, Crochet, Sanchez, Skeens, Webb. Um, let's see, all these names belong here. Jack Flaherty is number 15, which I find very hard to believe. But other than that, these are Gosman, maybe I don't know. But yeah, these are all the top pitchers you'd want to have on your roster. These are
I mean,
all aces.
you have to rate it on its predictive value, because if you're looking at what's already happened, ERA is going to be number one, right? Because it's
Right.
the actual
That's a
thing.
fact. Them's
That's
the
what I mean.
facts.
In this league, we don't use hits and walks and strikeouts. We use earned runs, and it is more superficial. It's not. There's luck involved in that. But if you're going to prepare for this league, like next auction, you don't want to go in using ERA from last year as your number one thing, because that there's noise in there.
It's not. Yeah, it's not sticky.
Yeah, so like that's why
I mean,
Sierra,
unless you're Greg Maddux or yeah.
Sierra stuff plus location plus, pitching plus, the combination of those two. That's a much better idea. I do my own thing, so I've compared what I'm doing with ERA compared to those things, and it holds up okay. It's better than some. It's not the best though, but
While Jeff's gone, let's talk about Roto. Let's see where we're at right here. Have you been putting in your time on the Roto League?
I do. I don't. I'm not dedicated to it like the beer league, but I find it kind of because we can't make the moves daily. I find it's like Saturday night, and I'm like, oh God, I should check see if I have any injured. Because I can't do anything about it. Because you have to have the guy in your team on Sunday in order to move him into your lineup on Monday. It took me a while to get used to that. Like even if it's Monday before the roster deadline, the weekly deadline, if he's not on your team the day before, it won't register.
Hey, do you hear that other noise?
Yeah, it's like a speaker.
Yeah, it sounds like a walkie-talkie or something.
It might be Jeff's speaker or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I had
unless we're being listened to, in case this is like a political podcast or something.
Right. Why can't I get back to this page here? Hold on. Okay, here we go. So let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at the AL Roto. It looks like Chris isn't going to be caught. What's he at? Chris is at 60. I'm tied at second with 54. We're not going to catch him. And then in
One of the leagues I could finish in third, and I want to, but I don't know if I will.
wow, Chris could finish in first in both roto leagues.
Nice.
No, he's not going to catch Satch. He's second in NL, but he's 16 behind. I don't see that's
Right.
a lot to make
Too
up.
much. Yeah. I mean, we have 12 categories, so that helps.
The the thing that gets tough too though is when you have like in the cumulative stats like home runs. Like if you have a star player that they don't put on like the IL,
Right.
or a star player who hits your home runs who gets hurt the first of the week,
Right. Right. Right.
you could fall behind
Oh, yeah. That
and you can't catch up. While percentage stuff you can always catch up on, like OBP and slugging and whip. Well, we're all playing on the same, in the same on the same field. So, but I like the building. I like the roster building. I feel more like a GM in these leagues because you can have there's more. Uh, well, how is it going to work next year? Who do we get to keep?
well, I guess I wasn't anticipating that the way it looks to me now, like we're just going to keep
Yes.
everybody almost, I was thinking it wouldn't be quite like that. So I don't know, but
No, let's make it a dynasty league. Come on, let's go.
no, it is. The Roto is basically,
Okay.
I mean, basically it's a
So
dynasty.
how does it work though next year? You have to, if you want to add a player, you have to like, are there each player's slot? I have no idea.
There's just three
Like,
kinds of players. There's red players, which are players that you have to keep in the earliest available round. There's
okay,
green players that are going to be like you can keep in the latest available round, like a guy you picked up this year. And then there's going to be a few players that you kept from last year. No, that you took in the draft last year, and you have to keep them in that round or earlier.
okay,
Okay. I didn't realize like it was going to be like, like especially this year, because last year I think we would have kept fewer players than we'll probably keep this year. So the drafts are really a little less exciting than I thought they would be. I didn't
yeah,
know
but
what to
no,
expect.
that's not a problem. You got no. I'm all for it. I like the way this is shaking out.
Yeah. I mean, I never wanted it to be in competition with the
It's
league.
not
So it was always
like you
going to be
said.
second fiddle. So
I don't think I've made a move in either of these leagues for weeks. Um,
the only thing I do is each week I see like who's going to get two starts, and I make sure that
right,
they're not on my bench. So
right.
none of my bench starting pitchers, the two that I have on my bench each week, have two starts. But that's about as in depth as I got.
I got you. Yeah, we're both tied for third in the AL league.
Okay, that's the one that I could win the big bucks. I get
And
my I get $25.
should we see the standings?
Yes.
Ugh.
Recording in progress. All right. Well, here's another thing. Oh no, actually, it works the other way. So let's play is actually the lucky laggards of the league. So you could have five or six fewer wins. So you've had fortuitous win loss outcomes.
Over for the season?
Yeah, for the season.
Oh, I'm not feeling that.
These are really high. Usually they're like maybe four, and we've got McBride's up getting close to 8 wins lucky, 8 wins unlucky, and Let's Play is at least five lucky. Well, that's Let's Play. That's not you. Jeez. See, it's late. It's late. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is you. You've got the largest underage. IP under it.
Right.
You've
Yeah, I know how I'm going to fix that next year. I know what I did wrong.
you've got the controversial unlucky BABIP hitting pitching points combined. So that's you. So maybe that balances out a little bit of your lucky laggard status because you've gotten unlucky in your points, supposedly, if you believe in that
I'm a
kind of
pit.
thing.
Yeah.
But here's Cal Raleigh for the Dads player Cal of the week, and off to a good start for this week. Top four is the same. So we'll go to the standings. I don't know why the tabs got so big, but I can't change it. I can't figure out how to change it. Well, here's
Nice
our
tabs.
standings. So it's a two-man race, two-horse race. I can't believe how far third and beyond dropped, but they're so far back. I mean, Bizzotti's 18 and a half back, third place. So it's just these two teams here in it.
Yeah.
And Waite's in control. I mean, a 4-game lead with 12 to play is a good spot to be in. It's not insurmountable, but it's a healthy lead. We'll see if like I said, if he can maintain this lead this week, then he's really looking good. Really looking good. But if he loses a couple of games, then it's geez, anything can happen.
I like how Rudy's competing with the Colorado Rockies right now.
Yeah.
I like that little quirk you put on there.
Oh yeah, I corrected this. Garrett Crochet. I had such a brain cramp on this. I had like Garrett Cole, and I had it spelled this way for Garrett Crochet, and I was like, that's not how you spell Garrett. So I corrected how to spell the first name, and I changed it to Garrett Cole, and it wasn't Garrett Cole ever. Garrett Cole hasn't pitched all year. I don't know what. I was kind of in a hurry that day, and I was in and out of the office. I'm going to use that as the excuse. But here, yeah, even fourth place, Cows and Spear are tied, and Knockers are just 2.5 back. Even the Daddies are only 4 back. So if we're saying that Satch is still in it for first, Daddies are still in it for fourth. So, and I'm happy because if I go 7-5 the rest of the year, I will finish above 500. So that was my late season goal. So
That's what I think I'm shooting for. That's what I'm shooting for right now. It's going to take a Herculean effort.
what do you need to go like 9-3?
Yeah.
9-3. The Dads just have to go 6-6 to be 500 or better.
Mariners have just won 10 straight games.
Here's Sombreros went 6-0, and they've moved up to 10th. They're only 4 out of 4 behind play. So they're still in the running there. Let's see. Well, let's look at Let's Play here. Your hitting points per games played are 2.92, and that's pretty good. It's up in the top half anyway, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like right in the middle, maybe. And then your non-save hold pitching points. Where are you here? 226. This is a minimum, so that's not the average. 1, 2, 3. So not too good. You're only ahead of what, a couple of teams, it looks like. So you're in like 11th, maybe.
When I was doing well, was doing well at the beginning of the season, I was leaning on a couple pitchers like
10th.
Schwalbenbach and Burns, and when they went out, I just couldn't replace them, and then every guy I pulled up, I see Bryce Elder put up a good game against the Yankees, and then I pitch him against the White Sox, and you get blown up. That kind of stuff happened all year.
I think you're in 10th. I was looking at the Gags. The Gags are 11th. Well, they're worse than you anyway. No, Gags are maybe 12th. Geez, I didn't realize I was so bad. Oh, I'm looking at the daddies. Wait. All right. So daddies are the worst. And then I think it's the gags next. And then play, right? Anyways. And then your bullpen, you're above average because this is an average here. So you're above average there. So predicts, oh, look at that. Predicts the gags are going to pass the daddies by a half a game. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, it has weight winning by 3 over Satch. This is like what it predicts the rest of the season will look like. So obviously these are really, you know, tamped down. I mean, the Satch is predicted for 9-3, and Waite's predicted for 8-4 the rest of the way. It predicts that I will make my 1 game over 500 goal, 7-5. Let's take a look at how can I get over there. Let's look at let's look at let's play for the year where you ranked these different things. So OPS, you're right in the middle of the league, and that's where you were in hitting points per games played. Your ERA is 11th, but your FIP is 6th. So you've had some measure of bad luck in your ERA, at least according to FIP. So daddies have the highest ERA and FIP, but are runner up in OPS next to Satch. So the dads are hitting well and not pitching well. So that's the story of the season, right?
Story of last year.
And let's plays in the middle of the pack in hitting and below average in the pitching, but there's got to be some measure of bad luck in there because you're 6th and 5th. That's a big spread. I bet you nobody else has as big a spread as that. Doesn't look like it. And then wait till next year. Number 1 in ERA, 5th in OPS. And where's Satch? Wait a minute. Satch is number 1 in OPS and 3rd in ERA. So. All right. Well, that's enough of that, right? So I looked at on Yahoo the top hitter and the top. Garrett Crochet is the top pitcher now, points wise, in our league. Share that.
Cool to have a pitcher named like Nathaniel Needlepoint.
Uh-huh. Well, Crochet's your example of a closer, reliever turned starter.
So this is the hitters.
Seth Lugo, Crochet. Ryan Nelson was in the bullpen for a while before they made him back a starter.
So here's
Hill.
Here's the top hitters now. Shohei's on top, over Judge. Schwarber's creeping up. Soto getting up there for the dads. And Raleigh. So Raleigh's still in the running for MVP. I don't know. If he continues a hot streak down the stretch, it'll be really interesting. Because I was thinking about a week ago, I was like, okay, yeah, it looks like Judge has got it. But if Raleigh comes on late, maybe they'll give it to him. I think.
Hey, it's not just hitting either. He's a Gold Glove.
Right. That's
too.
I mean, because like if you compare the hitting numbers, he's not Judge's equal, but he's a catcher. And while Judge is a good outfielder, I mean, it's not the same. And Raleigh's a good catcher too. It's not like he's Piazza or something back there.
Seattle has won 10 in a row, and they are now 82-68 and leads Seattle by a half game.
I didn't realize this till just now. Did you realize that Perdomo was in the top?
Yeah.
Hitting?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
How about Nico Horner being in second place?
In what?
Hitting. He's like fighting to win the batting crown this year against Trey Turner
for batting average.
Yeah.
But our, beer league points, Perdomo is top sixth. He's in sixth among all hitters. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never saw that coming. I never thought he was anything. I didn't realize. I know they locked him up, so that was. But I thought that was based on maybe he's a really good shortstop. I didn't realize. Geez, he's really accumulating a lot of points here. Let's see. Can I get up there? Oh, come on. This thing.
So last year, Kyle Raleigh was he won the Platinum Glove, which is the best, which is considered. You take all the Gold Glove winners and say who's the top Gold Glove winner. So he's considered the best defensive player in the league last year.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So he might get it, especially if he hits a lot of homers this last week and a half here. But here's our pitchers. Crochet is now on top. It had been like Scooble and Steen. Here's Christopher Sanchez, Let's Play's nemesis. And Hunter Brown for Waite. Max Fried. Brian Wu for Bizzotti. And here we go. Logan Webb, Let's Play. That's a quality pitcher. Logan Webb's the kind of guy that never really elicits much excitement, right?
But, well, he's your quality start guy, Yeah. A lot of leagues don't talk about him because he doesn't strike out a lot of players. A lot of fantasy. He's not really in the fantasy realm. He's not trumpet as much as a lot of the other players because he doesn't strike them out. But for our league, he's great because it's about strikeouts don't figure in.
Even in the mixed roto league I'm in, I've got Scooble, Skeens, and Webb. So that was a great basis for all my other screw ups like Zebby Matthews. But
God damn it, yeah. So I'm looking at the past Platinum Glove winners, and they gave it to the top Gold Glove winner. So there's one from each league every year. Anthony Rizzo won it in 2016. No, right? So he was the top Gold Glove winner in 2016. In 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, all Nolan Avondale.
Arenado?
Nolan Arenado, yeah. He won it 6 years in a row.
He's on Hack this year?
I don't know.
I think we looked at that. He just came back, right? He's back playing again now?
I lost track of him.
I got a guy.
Nolan Arenado.
John, we've kind of altered this game a little bit for the podcast, and what we do is I give you 5 clues,
okay,
and then you guys get 10 guesses to figure it out.
Gabby Hartnick.
Well, let's not start asking questions yet. Let me give you the 5 clues.
Can you give us his first name?
Nope.
Okay. Last name?
Nope.
First initial and last name.
Yeah, this is going to take a lot longer if you keep doing that. All right. So he was a 6-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove. He was in a World Series. He won a Silver Slugger Award. And he had a career batting average over 17 years of 266.
17 years.
You said he was in a World Series. Did he not win then, you're saying?
I don't think he was in a World Series winner.
Okay. Go ahead, John.
17 years.
17 years.
Let me think.
What's our year? Do we have like a cutoff in the years, like how far back it goes?
It would just, it's somebody that's played since we've been alive.
Be a fun. This would be a great trick question. Like you bring up what you said, Gold Glove winner, All-Star. Um, we automatically think hitters. It could be a pitcher. Is it a
I said he
pitcher?
was a silver slugger.
Oh, okay, missed that part. Let's see.
I think they do give
17
that
years.
for the pitchers, though, don't they?
Yeah.
No,
Let's see here. 17 years.
we don't have to just name them. You can ask for extra clues. It just costs you a question. Like, what era he played in, what position.
What
You can narrow it down to infield.
what year did he retire?
1986.
Okay, that was a good one.
That's one.
AL or NL?
AL completely. That's two.
AL in 86. So he played from 70 to 86.
Did he play in the outfield?
Oh,
That was no.
nope.
An infielder from 70 to 86 in the American League. Do I have that all correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Played in a World Series, didn't win, won four gold gloves,
So would
six-time
that be
All-Star, a silver slugger.
like would it be someone like when I think 17 years, it would be someone like who played first base for the Orioles? Um
But Murray retired after that.
okay.
Not an outfielder. Okay, yeah. So
Oh,
infielder.
I wonder. How about Matlock?
It's he never played in the AL, did he?
Oh no, that's right. That's
That's four.
I thought you were talking about the detective. No.
no. I'm not
In-
focused. Hold on.
Andy
AL.
Griffith had those nice eyebrows. Or what was he? Lawyer? I don't even know. Guess he was a lawyer. Uh,
So he
I don't know.
played for 17 years, and 1986 was his last year. We already talked about that.
you didn't list that he the Hall of Fame credentials, so I can assume he's not a Hall of Famer.
Nope, not a Hall of Famer.
Um,
Although I believe he should be.
oh, nice. 266 lifetime player.
I'll give you a couple more career stats here just for shits and giggles. On base percentage of 371, slugging percentage of 424, a career OPS of 794.
Okay, so he was a walker. I don't know if I paid attention to walks
Texas
then.
Ranger.
Hmm. Not an outfielder.
I don't
You got to narrow it down.
know.
Are we talking AL East or West or both?
Both.
Primarily
He
one,
only played for two teams.
two teams. It was really split. It was not primarily. We don't think of him primarily in the one team.
It's almost split down the middle. I
Okay.
think you remember him more for the team he was on afterwards. That's going to be number 5.
Yeah, no help there really. But did you give his lifetime homers?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he gave his OPS 720 something. OVP was 371. That's a good.
Yep.
Was he a Gold Glove winner?
Four
Oh
times.
yeah, I gave you that up front. I'm not going to
All
charge you
right,
for
I
that.
didn't write it down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We forget shit. Four-time Gold Glove winner. What you need to do, I'm going to give you help here and say you probably need to narrow it down to the position he played.
Was he a catcher?
No, that's six.
I thought that's where you're going. All right. First, second, third, short. Four-time Gold Glove.
Retired in '86. Was
70 to
started playing in
86. AL.
I don't know the AL that well
Two
from that
different
era.
teams in the AL.
I don't know.
266. Not a Hall of Famer.
Don't get caught up on the stats right now, but just worry about whittling it down. You got four left.
Did he play Did he play on the left side of the infield or the right side of the infield? Both.
Primarily the right side of the infield, but a couple games at shortstop here and there.
He's a middle guy. Middle guy. Second baseman.
Let me
AL
see.
second baseman.
Let me look at this fielding.
Is it Lou Whitaker?
Lou Whitaker's Hall of Fame.
Oh, is he?
Gotta be.
No, Lou Whitaker is not Hall of Fame, but that
Really?
is no, not yet. Yeah, he played a fair amount of shortstop, but mostly second base.
And Lou, I think, just played for the Tigers anyway, right? He didn't play in the West.
Right, he only played for one team.
Yeah. Bad guess.
So you got three guesses left. So now we're talking about a primarily second baseman that played a little bit of short and first base. Played on two teams in the American League from 1970 to 1986. On two separate teams.
One World Series he didn't win.
He was in one World Series he did not win. Six-time All-Star, four-time Gold Glover, one Silver Slugger in his career.
Well, I mean, it's Lou. Do you want to go team by team? I mean, it doesn't sound like a Yankee.
Well, it's assuming he. I guess
Doesn't
we don't
sound.
know. We don't know what years he played, but like the Yankees would be a bad guess.
Why don't you ask me who he ended his or started his career with? You choose.
Who did he end his career with?
The California Angels. Number 8.
Is it Bobby Grich?
Yes. God damn, man. You made it painful.
I don't. I don't know anything about his career.
Oh, well, let me share it with you. Hold on here a second, laddie. Bobby Grich had a 71.1 career WAR. He was a good player. I mean, that was back in the day when, I mean, a lot, the fuck just happened. Okay, there it goes. So how I got his name, I was looking at Hall of Fame, like kind of leaders and stuff like that, guys that would, you can go on here under Hall of Fame stats or who's like some of the best players in Hall of Fame history and stuff, who's in the Hall of Fame and who's not, that sits around him. And Bobby Grich right now he's actually got a better WAR than Robinson Cano. I don't know why Robinson Cano is above him, but they're expecting Robinson Cano. Oh, I guess that's because Bobby Grich is in the Veterans Committee. Robinson Cano, this is like he can get voted in by the right. But Bobby Grich is right there to get Hall of Fame, you know, he should be in the Hall of Fame. So should Lou Whitaker.
Chase Utley.
Those two guys deserve more to be in the Hall of Fame than I would say Robinson Cano right now because Robinson Cano was hurt a lot. Chase Utley's right there. Roberto Alomar's in the Hall of Fame. Craig Biggio's in the Hall of Fame.
War would factor in being injured, though. I mean, it's cumulative. You know?
True, but you got to stay on the field, man.
Yeah, I've heard Gritch brought up before. Chase Utley and Gritch.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Jeff Kent on there?
He's down at number 22 here.
Yeah.
He's only got a 55.4.
His fielding brings him down, but as a hitter, he was pretty damn good.
Hey, it's 377 home runs, 1,500 RBIs. One thing about Bobby Grich, though, is his walk to strikeout. So if I highlight this line here, look over on your right side, there's strikeout and there's walks. He damn near walked as many times as he struck out. You got to admire a hitter like that.
That's hard to do.
As a team player. You know, look at Rod Carew. He was pretty much the same way. You look at Joe Morgan, he had 800 more fucking walks than he did strikeouts.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's so funny that Morgan was such a critic of analytics because analytics love Joe Morgan, you know.
So I don't know. I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. That's my take. All right, I'm done.
He could definitely be in. I mean, he definitely belongs more than people that are in.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Especially if you look at second baseman. They've got guys in there like Red Schoendienst is in the Hall of Fame. I'm sure Gritch is better than Red Schoendienst.
Well, over the years, though, there's been some politicking going on where guys got in when they really shouldn't have gotten in.
Right? There's like some really suspect second baseman. Nellie Fox, is he in? Mazeroski, I think, is in. And Gritch is probably better than all those guys.
Yeah.
Bobby Doerr. I mean, that's a different era, but
you got to think those. He went 17 seasons, 17 productive seasons. You know, he had his best. You know, some of his best years with the Baltimore Orioles, though.
Yeah, I guess I think of him mostly as an Oriole. Yeah, yeah.
All right, I got a guy.
All right, you want me to keep track of the questions?
Let's see. All right, I got a guy.
Andrew Miller.
He's a four-time All-Star.
Okay.
He's a three-time World Series champion. He's a two-time Silver Slugger Award. He's a World Series MVP and an NLCS MVP.
And what was the last one?
He's four-time All-Star, two-time Silver Slugger Award, three-time World Champion, World Series champion, World Series MVP, NLCS MVP.
He said NLCS MVP.
Yep.
Okay, it means his National League when he got that fucking award.
When you got that award, yeah.
Probably happened the same year he went to the World Series. Three-time World Series champ, Silver Slugger twice, four-time All-Star. Is that a lot? All right. Infield or outfield? Infield, outfield, or pitcher?
I was going to say, does pitcher count as infield?
Yeah. Okay, so he's a pitcher.
Pitcher.
Lou?
So we're going with the 1970 or after constraint, something like that?
Sure. Yes.
Pitcher. Three-time world champion. Is it Madison Bumgarner.
You got it. Bingo.
Really? That's
Is that
boy,
more
I was just like,
satisfying?
I was about to go, "Ooh, quit blurting fucking names this early."
He won back-to-back Silver Slugger awards.
So they do win it as pitchers. Yeah, I
Yep.
thought that they did. Yeah.
I guess there's
I
only
could have
one
made you
given
look
out
that
per
moment.
pitcher. They don't give them out anymore, that's for sure.
All right, I got a guy.
What's your guy?
All right, I'll give you some clues. Played for the New York Yankees. He had 714 lifetime home runs. He was a pitcher for the Red Sox before he became a.
Babe Ruth.
Yes, you got it. Oh my God, I didn't even get to my five clues.
Jesus, that saved us a lot of time.
I got a guy.
Oh, no, no.
Who did Babe Ruth replace in the Yankee outfield?
Herb Pennick. I don't know.
Hmm.
I can't remember.
Johnny No Neck Johnson. No, damn.
Smoky bean juice.
Now I've got to double check this to make sure this is right. As legend has it, let's see here.
Did he play for the Yankees? Was he an outfielder?
He played for the Yankees in the outfield, but he's more well known for another sport.
Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe.
Nope.
Damn, that was a good one. Going for another sport. Another sport. Johnny Weissmuller. Red Grange.
Ask what sport, or guess a
Sport.
sport,
Was it
or guess a
archery?
sport.
Is it
Say that.
football?
Was it
Yes.
archery? Oh, it was football.
No,
Oh, damn.
football.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Newt Rockney.
Okay. So here's the official answer. George Hallis said that
Oh, wow.
he was succeeded as the Yankees right fielder by Babe Ruth.
Wow.
Um, that's what he always claimed. Though some say it was actually Sammy Vick. But yeah, George Hallis played for the Yankees.
George Hallis. Yeah.
In 1919, Hallis played right field for the New York Yankees. Ruth was acquired in late 1919 to play right field. The following season.
Wow.
George House's baseball career was cut short by injury, and then he went on to coach professional football for the Chicago Bears.
Imagine
But didn't he own the Chicago Bears?
imagine
The
the
Argos of
lucky
Chicago.
bastard that
Didn't he
picked up.
start the NFL?
Imagine the lucky bastard that picked up Babe Ruth in his fantasy league in 1920.
Yeah,
Man, that guy probably, I'm sure he won the home run category.
right. OPS.
Hey, John, your dick's showing. Hey.
That's hilarious. Wow.
See, you're a kitty guy too. Good.
This is my friend Kathy's cat I'm taking care of.
Kathy's pussy cat.
Yeah, right. What's that line? Sophia Loren was on Johnny Carson's show and she had her cat. What was it? Sophia Loren or was it I don't know, one
I
of
think
those ladies.
somebody else. She goes, "You want to pet my pussy?" He's like, "Yeah, but you
Yeah,
got to pet the cat first."
that's the joke. So
Somebody just reminded me of a joke the other day.
That is some wild stuff.
And this guy who was kind of a drunk was given an ultimatum by his wife, either quit drinking or she was going to leave him and divorce him. So he, after work one day, he passes by a bar and a buddy of his gets him in there and he gets all fucking wasted again. He's like, fuck it, I did it again. He goes, I'm going to be in so much trouble. My wife's going to leave me. He's like, just relax, man. He's like, just have about 2 sips into another beer. He throws up on himself. And then he starts getting really bent. He's like, oh, what am I going to do? She's going to know I was drinking. He's like, just sober up a little bit, drink some coffee. Here, you got a $20 bill? He's like, yeah. Here's, give me that $20 bill. So he takes a $20 bill, folds it up, and sticks it in his top pocket. He goes, when you go home, you tell her some guy fucking yacked on you and gave you $20 for the dry cleaning. She'll believe it. It's worked for me in the past. Oh, okay. He's, I'll try it. He's starting to like the idea. So he goes home, comes in, turns on the light. Wife is sitting there waiting for him. Turns on the light. She sees the yak all over his shirt. She goes, you've been drinking again. I'm going to fucking, I told you I wasn't fucking joking. I'm going to divorce your ass. He's like, wait. He goes, look, it's not what you think. Some guy was wasted, walked up to me, threw up all over me. Here, he gave me $20 for the dry cleaning. He gives her the money. She looks at it. She goes, this is $40. He goes, oh, yeah, there was a different guy that shit in my pants.
right. You know, you did your Carson impression and talking about podcast. Have you watched that Fly on the Wall podcast?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Dana Carvey. It's
I
Dana
like that one.
Carvey. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he did a good Carson.
It's David Spade and Dana Carvey, and they started with them just interviewing a fellow Saturday Night Live
Uh-huh.
alumni, and they've expanded to hosts and other notables. It's pretty entertaining though.
Hey, if you are you a Saturday Night Live watcher? Are you get into it?
I usually on Sunday afternoons I'll watch Weekend Update, and and depending on the host, I'll check out some of the first couple skits.
Yeah, because they went a little over. They had a slight little overhaul. Nothing too serious. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, but I was shocked to hear that Heidi Gardner's gone.
Here's the thing, though. She's got a lot of other irons in the fire right now, and she's making money a lot of other different places. It's probably
She's on
superseding
TV every
that.
5 minutes. Yeah, she's doing her share of commercials. But from what I read, and from what was intimated from that Fly on the Wall show, was that she was not looking to leave.
Hmm.
Yeah, but because of her other things, though, she might have been asking for too much time away from
Right.
writing and doing the other shit. And it's just like, it gets to a certain point when people start to blow up, Lauren kind of just like lets them go.
When
And
she
just
when she right when she's showing up in her Maserati, and the writers
yeah,
are driving their Hondas.
we need
Yeah.
somebody more committed, and it's just like if you're doing too many other things, he gets kind of rid of those people because they're going to go on to do movies and this and that. He can't depend that they're going to be there or put 100% into the show anymore. I get it.
I've heard a lot of people talk about how toxic a place that is. Like it must
Oh
have been
yeah.
like 10 different people have talked about that.
Well, it's people fighting for airtime. They're trying to get their work on TV. Did you guys watch Saturday Night, the first episode?
Yeah. I
That
saw.
movie about
I
the
did two
first
things.
episode?
I saw the movie,
And then you
right,
rewatch the episode?
and then I rewatched the episode. Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Especially um really good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see
That
it.
was really good. Well, you can
Yeah.
see even back then, and everybody's fighting just to get their work on. Everybody's trying
And
to
the
be the
cast
funniest.
and the cast was so much smaller than that. Everyone had to be used, and There
Yeah.
are times when they had like a much more expansive cast and featured members, and that there's little time for everyone to get on, and so that's when it got really particularly brutal. But also, you talk about how drug infused those were, those early years, just running
Oh
around
yeah.
all drunk and coked up, and yeah.
I was never
Yeah.
I was never big into Belushi. Not putting him down, but my favorites were definitely like Aykroyd and Bill Murray. I guess those are my the early years. Those were the two my favorites anyway.
The women on the early years were great too.
Yeah. Lorraine Newman's a lot better than people give her credit for.
Yeah,
She was really funny, and so was what's her name? The
Gilda Radner,
Gilda Radner, but there was
Jane Curtin.
Jean
Jane
Curtin.
Curtin. Yeah,
She was great.
My favorite women were later. Like I liked Jan Hooks.
Dan
yeah.
Hooks was awesome.
Yeah,
They talk about her a lot in that Fly on the Wall
yeah.
because they were both around, that era.
I loved Saturday Night Live as much as anybody, but they lost me. I don't watch it anymore. It's got to be like 10 years now. I really just don't watch it.
There's some staples like um Keenan. Well, Weekend Update's been really good for the last couple of decades. Whether it was Tina Fey, whether it's Seth Meyer or Tina Fey or um and Colin Jost, and those guys are good now.
Well, I don't think
Weekend Up,
Colin Jost would have been good by himself.
fine,
I
sure, agreed, fair.
because he did do it by himself to start off with, and then the next season they're like, okay, let's pair you up with
No, it did. He didn't hit the ground running. That's for sure.
but he's better with
Um,
Jay.
yeah, it's hilarious.
And he got a hot wife out of it.
Yeah,
Is it Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
yeah. Who is? I'm thinking of a girl. Um,
But if you think of like some of the other ones, like Amy Poehler was
well, yeah,
fucking great.
her and Tina Fey.
Rachel Dratch, Anna
Oh, so
Gasteyer was fantastic.
Tina Fey was my upstairs neighbor when I first moved to Chicago.
No shit.
Yeah, the corner of Lincoln and Diversey. Lincoln and Diversey were seen. There's a building that wraps right around that corner. It's about 4 stories.
Uh-huh.
And there's one of those elevators where you pull the gate open to get on. She lives right upstairs.
I
See her
thought
all
Did
the
you
she
talk
time.
to her at
I
all?
thought she lived
Oh
on
yeah.
Melvina or Paulina
Well, I
or
don't know
once
where
or
else she
something. I
lived.
can't remember what it was.
No,
Yeah.
she lived
Maybe it was
above me.
Cleaver.
And get this, and the musical director lived on her floor, 2 doors down, and they ended up getting married.
Oh no
So
shit.
he came up. Yeah,
Could have been you, John.
I know, man. She was writing for Second City. She looked a lot different. She got a Hollywood makeover. She had really short, like a bowl cut haircut. She hadn't been on she hadn't had the California fitness routine yet. And so now she's
Like,
a total sex symbol, but that wasn't the first. Yeah.
let's see. Other ones. I think Kristen Wiig is one of the best ones of all time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what's the one that left a little while ago? God damn it.
Well, I like Heidi
She's
Gardner.
Heidi
She,
Gardner was great. I think well, it was McKinnon, Kate McKinnon.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
she was good.
Hilarious.
Edie Bryant was good.
Yep.
Did you ever see they do like cinema classics or something like that? And they did Casablanca. Did you ever see that? McKinnon's in it. You should look it up on YouTube. It's really great.
Wow, it's a bit.
Yeah, it's like a 5 minute thing. It's really funny. I don't know. It's really good.
Oh, so did you guys watch the Emmys perchance?
No, I would never do that.
I watched the highlights. But they have that comic that's kind of hot right now. What's his name? And I didn't know who he was until he did Washington crosses the Delaware
Oh
bit.
my God, yeah, that was Nate Bagatz and
That
Bargatze.
guy. That guy.
Yeah.
They did it a couple times on Saturday Night Live, and it's a classic bit. It's hilarious. And they opened up the Emmys with a brand new one.
Oh, no shit. You know, that's
Yeah.
Mikey Day writing that shit.
Is it? Fine. Love
Mikey
it.
Day came up with that. Mikey Day comes up. He's one of the better writers on Saturday Night Live. He comes up with some of the funniest sketches.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can bring this up.
My sister went to school with a guy in Syracuse that his name's Kurt, and he writes for Saturday Night Live, and he's been there for at least 15 years or so. But he said it's kind of funny now. He's 5 years younger than I am, so he's like 55, 56. And he said he's really had to like change because humor that he grew up with that would be okay wasn't okay anymore. So it's like it was
Oh no, of course not.
yeah,
Right.
so like it's and like he's like an old guy. Now I don't think it was an old guy, but I guess he is now, because he's 56. I'm estimating.
They
But
they 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 talk a lot about some of the skits they did that
yeah,
would be canceled today.
if you came up in the 70s, like
You know what gets me? The one of the best parts is how it's so dated. It's like, you got that, Alexander Haig? It's like the Secretary of Defense or Secretary of State
state
back in like the Reagan
under
administration.
Reagan, yeah.
Talking about TV, so my new favorite show's on tonight.
Who's that?
Uh, the Alien Earth. Have
Oh,
you guys
it's
been watching that?
no, I have not.
It's good. It's good. If you like sci-fi, it's really good.
Yeah, I never really got into the whole alien movies in the first place.
Oh, they're great, man.
I'm sure they are. I mean,
What are
I've
you
seen the
talking
first
about,
couple, but it's
man?
like
Game over,
it's
man.
I know, but it's just the same. It's the same thing every time, slightly different story, different characters, and it's like I don't know.
This one, if that is was your this one is totally reinventing the whole storyline. It's bringing a whole bunch of new elements to it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
just
Well,
good.
I'm gonna be
it's just fantasy though. I mean, like there's no such thing as alien. We're the only people in the whole universe. I mean, come
What are
on.
you talking about? I got a little friend in me. I got a little three-eye
That's
Atlas
it.
friend coming for you.
There's one planet, there's four sports, and that's it.
I got a three-eye Atlas coming for you, brother. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You guys don't know what's going on? Three-eye Atlas?
what are you talking about?
Oh God, it's hurtling through our solar system right now, size of Manhattan. And the head astrophysicist of Harvard has calculated that because of its trajectory and its course, there's it's 0.0005% um almost he's saying it's 40% chance it's alien made.
But that was actually Harvard Community College. And Harvard, Idaho. It's not
Idaho.
Harvard. It's not Harvard
Idaho.
University.
Idaho. That's as low as you can go. Idaho. Is that the bottom of the barrel? like the Harvard in Ohio is up here, and but the Harvard in Idaho, that's the end of the line.
Hey, I
No,
wanted to
look it
switch.
up.
I wanted to switch it to football for a second. Jeff, what's your record in the league?
0-2.
0-2. That's bad.
Yeah, the first week, played a couple of the wrong guys. Oh, Xavier Worthy got knocked out completely before he even got going.
Who's your
And then
Who's your top two picks?
the second week I put up 138 points. He put up 158. I had Brock Purdy as my number one quarterback. He's out right now. Xavier Worthy's still out.
Who's your QB?
This last week it was Aaron Rodgers, thinking he'd do a little bit better against Seattle, but
But
boy, did he
who's the guy
suck.
that's out?
Brock Purdy.
Oh, Purdy. Oh, jeez, yeah. Well,
So
John and I are 1-1.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's so early to tell, man. It's too early to tell.
It is. Last year I started 0-4, and then I ended up winning like 10 in a row.
I
So
predict
it's like, what do you want? It's like, I mean, it's just bad timing, bad matchups. Sometimes you've got a better team than you think you do because the guys on your bench are pretty strong, but the guys that you originally thought were going to be good are having a weak year. So you have to, at least you got the guys on the bench to supplement. I'm pretty deep at wide receiver, I'd say.
the art of it, really, because I was thinking like we all concentrate on getting the best players in our team and all that kind of stuff, but the real art where it's really determined is who you start.
Yeah.
Like that's where you should spend 90% of your energy, really. Because like at this point, maybe next week, like I think there won't be too many surprise players left to pick up. So then it just
No.
becomes like I didn't, I have Josh Allen. So I'm not going to start Jared Goff over Josh Allen, but I should have last week. So like it's determining
Well,
when to do those
what was
kind of things.
how big was how greatly were the Bills favored last week?
I don't remember, but
Okay, because
touchdown.
when if the Bills are heavily favored, they're going to sit
Right. And they did.
Josh
They put in
Allen.
Trubisky. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Trubisky got time.
they're going to do that every time. They're
But
going to protect their franchise.
they scored 4 touchdowns. What is the percentage chance that the Bills score 4 touchdowns and Allen doesn't throw or rush for any of them?
Exactly.
And that's what
Exactly.
happened.
Yeah, he's problematic because he's clearly can be the most dominant player, but they'll pull him the first chance they get.
But there's guys you're going to start every week, but that your flex guy, your second and third receiver. We only have 2 receivers, but those are the decisions. I mean, like if you have like I think Bob said he had like 82 points on his bench.
Yeah.
That's that's the thing to concentrate on. And you can't always predict it, obviously, but like I don't know if people are just setting their lineups like these are my top guys, I'm going with them. Okay, that's better than putting in your reserves, but like there's got to be you've got to be able to look at the matchup and figure something out.
It's early in the year. No one knows exactly, where defensive stands, where offensive lines stand, but it will start getting a little sticky pretty fast. Where you will start a play where you can justify starting a player that that this defense is weak against a tight end. They might be great against the run.
Yeah,
They might be great against,
I go
and
on.
that information becomes available, and that's very useful.
If you go on Pro Football Reference, you can look at what defenses have done against each position, and I do look at that. And
That's a
last week it told me to put in using that. Uh, can't think of the word. Using that, it told me to put in Keenan Allen for something I wasn't going to do, like Mike Evans
right.
or Zay Flowers, and I should have done it. If I had done it, I still would have lost. I lost by a lot, but
No, though, and it gets even more specific. They'll tell you what teams are good against, what teams are weak against. They might be good on the X receiver, but they're very vulnerable to the slot
yeah,
receiver.
see that I don't have. Yeah, that I don't have. Yeah,
That and you don't that information is because defenses change dramatically from year to year. You
I
know what I
did
mean?
put in using that analysis from Pro Football Reference. I did put in Ertz for Kelsey. I have 2 of the oldest tight ends in the league. And
Right. Ertz had a
Ertz got
good
a
game.
touchdown, so I was happy about that. But
Yeah.
I lost to Norm by like almost 40 points, so it wasn't even close. So it didn't matter that much. But if I had Goff in and maybe Keenan Allen, maybe it would have been close. I don't know. I can't remember, but
Dude, I'm in a league where I had Bucky Irving and I all I needed was 4 points, right? and I'm watching the Tampa game, right? It's at the end of the game. Tampa Bay is driving down the field,
They put in
right?
Rashad White.
And I'm like, and I didn't know it was him. I didn't know it was him. I'm like, fucking A, last play of the game. You know what I mean? And then I look, and then I look, and I'm bartending. So I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I look, I'm like, they put Rashad White in? The fuck? After Bucky took him all the way down the field, and they risk it on fourth down with 9 seconds. They put in Rashad.
Hey, you got
What
another
a way to
kitty.
what a way to lose, man.
You got a different kitty.
Yeah, there's three here.
Oh wow.
There, Fluffy somewhere else too.
Hey kitty.
Yeah. Oh no, there's three of them.
Yeah, we have three.
Fluffy's blind. Fluffy's blind and deaf, but she's she finds her way around.
We have three kitties here.
Oh, they're great. This one's very communicative. Um, um, but the other one, the orange one from earlier, just follows me from room to room to room to room. I, I go to the bathroom, tries to follow me, and I go upstairs, follows me. I go upstairs just to, I go upstairs to grab like, my wallet, come back down, it follows me right back down. Jumps in the bed. It's amazing.
Yeah. My kitty like pushes the bathroom door open and I say to it,
Right.
you know, some people would consider that a little rude, like if you're in the bathroom to
This one's super friendly, but she's very vocal when she wants a treat, man. She won't get off it. She just starts bailing.
But anyway, so that's my fantasy football talk is the don't concentrate on pickups so much, especially after like the first few weeks of the season. But it's like it really comes down to
I don't
like
know.
making the correct decisions, and you're not going to rest Lamar Jackson for
No, no, no,
Sam
never,
Darnold based on the matchup,
never, never.
but there's a lot of things you can do that will make a big difference. Like especially when
I think you have
when you lose a close game, it's any little decision you could have made would be a
right.
difference.
Um, I, I think playing the waiver wire is a big, huge part of it. Um, but um, um, but yeah, the thing that really bites you is the start
Yeah.
sit decisions because when you like, there's nothing worse, man, than seeing that winning player sitting right there on your bench,
And you
and then
can't
you look back, wait, and then you look back, wait, should I have played him? And they're like, oh no, I started two guys on the same team. I probably shouldn't have done that, and that shit happens all
you've
the time.
got to look at it yourself, and it's got to be numbers based because the jokers on Yahoo that give you rankings and stuff like they don't know what they're doing.
No, no, none of these guys, none of all the experts are all grasping at straws, or
You
shooting
know,
in the dark.
Yahoo ranked my draft as the 11th best out of 12 in the league. Sean's was the worst. They predicted Sean was going to go 1-12-1, and I was going to go 2-12.
I got an A
Adam
plus and
too.
I'm 0-2.
You know,
They don't mean shit.
Sean and I both won the first week. So like, Sean already reached his win projection and
Right.
I'm halfway there. But like it's like because it's so subjective and stupid. Like they said Keenan Allen was my worst pick. It was because they calculated his ranking and it was too soon or something like that. Well, Keenan Allen has 24 points the first 2 weeks in our system. And
And he looks great.
of course, I didn't
He looks
start him either of the weeks anyway, but he's a reserve wide receiver. So like, how can you like diss my draft based on what he's my third wide receiver? We only start two each week, but we have a flex too, so you could start
no.
two, but
I think Allen's 33 years old, but he's a very, I mean, knock on wood, but he's been able to stay on the field, and he knows that system, and when he's good, he's as good as any player in the
I
league.
mean, I'm not vouching for him. I mean, he might suck this
I
year,
have him too, and I love him.
but it's like that's what I mean. Like they come out very confidently and diss your draft or whatever, and it's just like you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's,
maybe as much as I do, like,
and
and I don't know that much.
it's AI that wrote it first of all, and it's just for
Yeah.
content. They're just putting out content.
My recap this week said that now uh, Tigres de Papel is at a dismal 1-1, and they said that Blastronauts was at
An ascending 1-1.
yeah, they're 1-1, and then they called mine a dismal 1-1. They didn't, so I was like, what are you talking about? Like if you lost, they're telling you how stupid you were, and like it just everything just
Dude,
sucked.
you never read the comments, man. You never read you never read the YouTube comments, man. Never read the comments.
Hey man, there's some YouTube fucking videos where the comments are the best section. There's this thing on Instagram called disturbing comments that I watch, and it's just all the craziest, weirdest, like, TikTok videos and this and that, and then people like commenting afterwards going, it's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
So,
Cade Horton, they're replaying the game right now. They're 2-1 in the first. Got a runner on third. Up to 23 pitches, 2 outs.
what do you guys think about the Cubs in the playoffs? It's kind of like how I think of the Mets. Like, just we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
How is Kyle Tucker going to play again?
I'm hoping.
I think they play. I think the Cubs play the Mets the last. Who do they play? I think they might play the Mets the last week at home here. I know
Yeah,
they
they're
finished with
playing
the
next
Cardinals.
week, I think. Yeah.
No, they're
They
playing
finished with the
next.
Cardinals
I think they're playing Monday, Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday of next week.
Wednesday, and then they finish with the Cardinals.
Yes, because I am going to be hosting the suite that day in the box. So,
Oh
What
man,
time should I be there?
I'm coming.
What
I'm
time should I be
leaving.
there?
well, my brother's taking care of me while I have my back surgery, so I have to kind of reward him preemptively.
When is the surgery? The 30th?
October 6th.
Oh, 6. Okay.
So when I get out of the hospital, he's going to be staying at my house for a week. He took a week off work.
You
Told you
mean
that's
traction or something?
Having 3 of my vertebrae fused together. So,
October 6th is my anniversary with Diane, right? It's not our wedding anniversary, but it's like the first time that we were talking at a party and hooked up or whatever.
yeah, I'll be under the knife at that time. So I'll be thinking of you when I'm in La La Land.
Hmm.
Hoping you're having a great dinner.
I'll think of you, Jeff.
At least it's on a Monday where it's like, you can go somewhere relatively cheap. There's a lot of specials out there. Monday night specials.
Met her on a Monday, which was my lucky bun day. You
All
know what I mean?
right, so who's going to see the new Spinal Tap movie, huh?
I haven't seen it yet. The guitar player played with it, saw it, and he said it's good.
Yeah.
I loved
Um,
Spinal Tap, and I was worried that I was worried that this one would kind of suck, but he said no, it's good. It's good. So.
Well,
so
I'm going to see it when it comes out streaming somewhere.
when I was a kid, growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, this lady and my parents are kind of Luddites. That's where I get it from. They're the last. They're the last to pick up on new technology, and the last thing in the world ever was they would have gotten cable, right? But someone knocked on the door and said, "Hey, we're going to give you a free cable box." To be we were for the test group for these new shows and stations we're doing. And my dad's like, fine, it's free. Okay, free, that's a great selling point. So they attached this cable box and it had its knob. It was orange and had this knob with about 60 channels on it. And you turn your TV to what was it, Q or whatever, and you turn it up. And so I saw me and my sister sat there in front of the TV and watched the test screen go to video killed the radio star. We watched
Oh, is that
MTV.
TV?
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah.
We were sitting on the floor in our den. We sat there and watched that launch. And another thing we saw earlier, Showtime was part of the package. So this was part of the Nielsen ratings that gave us that, because they're tracking this shit. And we got Showtime. And I was turning it on one time and I'm watching this documentary and of this rock band. And I had to be like 5 years old, maybe six, 5 or 6. Um, and so this movie had already been out, obviously, so it's at least on Showtime. And I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck is this going? And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is what is this? What is this? I didn't know what a mockumentary was. I thought it was a real band, and that was my experience with Spinal Tap, where it slowly started to come on me. In fact, I didn't know what the fuck it was until I couldn't put it all together until later. But I watched it thinking it was a real documentary as a kid.
So you're like 15 years younger than I am, right? Are you still in your 40s?
No, I'm in my 50s, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, Spinal
So
Tap.
it came. So this was about out. This was about 19. When I saw that movie, it was probably 1984.
Yeah, that's when it came out around. Yeah, yeah.
No, I think it came out in 70.
No,
It
Spinal
came out
Tap is
before that.
like,
I think it was out in 82 or some shit. I can
yeah,
find out.
82 to 84, somewhere in there.
But here's my point. It was running on Showtime. I saw it on TV. It already
Yeah.
moved to cable. I
Usually
mean, I
that
didn't
takes
see it in the
about
movie
six
theater.
months to a year back then.
But anyways, and then I mean that thing
84.
changed that 84. All right.
Yeah.
So that thing changed the whole I mean, whether it's The Office or whether it's like, Parks or whatever, like just the whole that whole they invented that motherfucking shit. Pretty
Well, yeah,
wild, huh?
if you think about it, then you had Best in Show.
Whoa,
Then
yeah,
you had
all the gut stuff.
Waiting
and
for Guffman?
Waiting for
M-
Guff,
a mighty wind.
Yeah.
Mighty Wind. Yeah.
But
So
but I'm talking about
that's a
yeah,
lot of Christopher Guest loves to do mockumentaries.
yeah.
You know?
I remember being talking about Saturday Night Live. I remember one of the mockumentary skits they first did was the synchronized swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I remember
God.
seeing that as a
Martin
kid.
Short.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not a
Harry
very
Shearer.
strong.
Yeah,
I'm not a strong swimmer.
yeah.
I
They talk
remember
about
seeing that as a kid.
they talk about the '88 Olympics, so it's all
So funny.
like
I
men's
totally
synchro is not
remember that.
even in the '88 Olympics yet, but
And he was wearing the water
that's
wings.
okay because
Right,
we could
exactly.
use the time because I'm just not that strong a swimmer.
Yeah.
Christopher Guest is like, and this is like a mirror in between you. And you're like pointing at him. No, you're not angry at him. You're just pointing, hey, you, I know you, I know you.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. You know it well.
Yep, that's it, dude. Nailed.
You know what skit I liked back in those days was when Christopher Guest was sitting there with Billy Crystal and you're going, really smart when you put um 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 soldering iron? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
And
right.
right there on your tongue. That's smart. Then you just go
Mhm.
back and forth
When
and
you take
shit.
like a ball peen hammer, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And anything Lovitz did with his Lovitz voice was just so funny, you know, on the liar or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
funny.
the ticket.
I mean,
In fact, I'm the president of that organization.
And how good was Phil Hartman?
oh, the best.
uh, I was actually I don't get into like getting all distraught about celebrities dying, but I really was felt bad when Phil Hartman died. Like that was a
He would be I think he
Brutal.
would be oh shit, how old would he be? He'd be in his 70s.
he was on an interview. I think it was on the Score, maybe a week before he died, and I listened to it at lunch, and then I just couldn't believe it. That I think it was the Score because that's probably what I listened to in my car, like at lunch when I was at work. I don't know why he was on the sports station, but that's my memory, anyways. That there was an interview with him on the Score.
Dude, I
So
served I served Chris Farley a beer 2 days before he died.
Yeah.
at a bar called Hachi Tachi on Dearborn and Division.
That was
Now I
him.
know
He's going on his
there's
big bender. Yeah.
no, and here's the deal, dude. He came in with I think it was his brothers, two other guys. That they came in, sat at a table. They each ordered a beer, had a sip. They sat there for like 35 minutes, then walked away. Didn't finish their beer, didn't
Wow.
talk. It was yeah, and then you pick up the paper 2 days later. And
if Phil
that's the
Hartman,
same bar. Wait, real quick too. That's the same bar that when I was working there that I saw. I'm bartending during the day, and all of a sudden, like people are starting to like move around a little bit and get closer to the TV. I'm like, what's going on? And so you're washing your dishes, you're serving you're cracking some beers, and like all of a sudden you look up and think, Kerry Wood has 19 strikeouts, in the seventh, So I watched that game at that bar too. Watched him, Kerry Wood do this, hit the 20 strikeouts.
It's funny you mentioned that because like I was in my car at lunch listening to that Kerry Wood game too. I didn't hear, I wasn't able to hear the end of it, but I remember that day,
Yeah,
May or June or something, right?
yeah,
It would have been
yeah.
90,
I watched it on TV.
98, 99, whatever it was.
all right. Well, you know what? Elizabeth just pops in, and I think I've got to get going here. It's almost 11 o'clock.
All right, sounds
I've got
good.
I've got to run my fucking fantasy football waiver wire right now. So let's go.
Well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
Well, take my
Oh,
advice. Don't worry about the waiver wire. Concentrate on those start sit decisions.
all right. You know what? You stay off the way. I'll live on the waiver wire. You stay off the waiver wire. You keep that lane. You keep that lane clear for me. I'm all good with that.
Hey, real quick before we go, Phil Hartman, he would be in 8 days, he would have been 77 years old. He was born on September 24th of 48.
Yeah.
So he would have been 76 now, turning 77. He was killed when he was 49 years old back in 1998.
Yeah, I loved
Wild,
him.
because you seem
I
like an
loved
old
him.
guy then. Yeah. Wife. The story about him was so he was in like the groundlings. He didn't even start. He didn't get on TV until his late 30s or mid 30s. While some of
Like
these kids are like, some of
he
these kids
did
are like,
Pee Wee. He was like Captain Carl and Pee Wee, and
right? He wrote Pee Wee. He co-wrote Pee Wee, but he was like the Groundlings for 10 years, and he had his own like people who like people like David Spade who got on the show when he was 20, and like a lot of these were brought in as kids. He had already they said he didn't want to be on TV. He was happy with his graphic design business,
yeah,
right?
he designed
He
record
owned a
record
house.
album
They're
covers.
like, wait, he
Like
owned a house, and he just did the Groundlings for like sport. And then they brought him on Saturday Night Live.
yeah, he
You
was
know,
great.
he was on the same Groundlings team as like Paul Rubens, and the other person that you kind of know who she is. Her name is Cassandra something. She was Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh,
Oh, dig it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't remember her last name, but it's her. I think her first name is Cassandra. Um, let's see, Elvira.
I think I see her sitting behind home plate during Brewers games.
For real.
Cassandra Peters.
I'm looking behind home plate right now. No, it's not there.
Yeah, Cassandra Peterson. So, yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, gents, down the stretch. Good luck in the
All right.
fantasy football leagues.
See if we can jump a spot or two before the end of the season goes here.
Let's get to 500. That's my goal.
I'm going to go 7-5 and finish above 500.
Here we go.
Well,
All right. This
I
is
would
fun,
love
you
to be
guys.
in
Thank you.
fifth or sixth place when this is all over with.
Yeah, it's actually you're still in. You're still vying for fourth. Actually, I mean, you're within 4 games.
It's a long shot, but it's still possible. But anyway,
Do
good
you want
luck
the
on
money or
those.
do you want the advantageous position for next year? What do you prefer?
I think the advantageous position for next year would probably, I'd take either or. I don't give a shit. But
Right, John.
all right, thanks, John.
All right. Good night. Good to see
You
you
have a good
guys.
night.
I'm glad we could have you on this year.
All right, come on back, come make a visit.
I think next week we're gonna have what Mike and Phil.
Mike and Phil, if they can make it, hopefully at least one of them.
All right.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So this the last broadcast of the year.
Yeah, we might do an open
Yep.
house after that.
Okay.
Just anybody can be on,
All right.
we just have to take turns.
Viva the Beer League.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All
See you,
right. See you
John.
guys later.
See you, Lou. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye, Jeff.